President Trump just touched down for his second state visit to the United Kingdom, but amidst the fanfare of his pending meetings with the royal family and Prime Minister Keir Starmer, the Jeffrey Epstein scandal is still casting quite a shadow all the way across the Atlantic. CNN anchor and chief White House correspondent Caitlin Collins is on the ground near Windsor Castle. Caitlin, explain the connection here.
Yeah, Jake, and not really just casting a shadow. I should note they're literally casting images of this on Windsor Castle earlier tonight to kind of remind everyone of those ties that you mentioned there with Jeffrey Epstein. This was done. I should note 4 people have actually been arrested as a result of this. And these images that we recorded here showing that alleged birthday letter that was in the Jeffrey Epstein book that was released, pictures of with Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. That's that old footage from Mar-a-Lago. They also are posting images of the president's mugshot. I'm not so sure he would mind that one. They have it hanging inside the halls of the West Wing. But Jake, the one thing that the British Prime Minister and President Trump do have in common is they've now both had to fire senior officials in their orbit as a result of their ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Obviously, Trump did so in his first term with his then Labor Secretary Alex Acosta, the one who negotiated that sweetheart deal for Jeffrey Epstein years before he was the Labor Secretary, but something that became a sense of intense scrutiny, obviously, after Jeffrey Epstein's federal charges that he was facing. And most recently, for the British Prime Minister, had to fire his ambassador to the United States, a huge position and certainly a critical one, especially ahead of a state visit over his ties to Jeffrey Epstein, something that was known before he took the job, but became much clearer after a lot of this information became public, including emails and messages between Ambassador Peter Mandelson and Jeffrey Epstein. And so obviously that is part of this that is going into this. It's not looming over the entire trip. It's certainly an angle of it, Jake, given obviously it's been a huge interest for the president's base inside the United States and also for lawmakers inside Washington. So it remains to be seen if it comes up. Certainly who they pick as the next ambassador to the United States is a key role, because this is someone who talks to top officials. Peter Mandelson was helping negotiate deals with the Vice President J.D. Vance in the days before his ouster. And so it's a key role here that could get brought up as the president is here now for his second state visit with the UK.
And Caitlin, aside from the Epstein-related discomfort, what do we know about President Trump's existing relationship with the royal family and his relationship with the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer?
Well, he's always had a fascination with the royal family, and so we are going to see that put on display here. He's had a state visit before. That was in 2019, his first time in office, but obviously with a different monarch, and also it was at Buckingham Palace. And so this one will look a lot different than his last state visit, which they have been keen to highlight how that is unprecedented to offer that to a U.S. president to be able to afford 2 of those, given his 2 terms in office. He'll be meeting with all of the royal family here tomorrow. They are going to have basically every sense of pomp and circumstance that you can think of, Jake, rolling out every single red carpet that they have for the president. And so we'll see how that proceeds as they are meeting with them. Then after that, he'll go and meet with the British Prime Minister at Chequers, which is the country residence for the British Prime Minister. All of these are moments to watch very closely. And Jake, they're actually intertwined, because having this state visit is a huge card, basically, that Keir Starmer has in his pocket, a way to impress the president, to ingratiate him with the UK, and to try to use that, obviously, to benefit them, whether it's on trade, defense, business, all of those issues that are going to come up on Thursday here for this state visit.
Been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.